Greetings, gentlemen. Coming at you with another shop talk video. It's been quite a while since I've made one of these. I've been meaning to make this one for a while now, but just haven't really had the time. As many of you know, I had elbow surgery, still got it kind of wrapped up, had elbow surgery almost 4 months ago. And so I was out of commission for a while. Took me, out of my shop, took me out of my job. And during that time, my shop here had gotten kind of messy, had gotten kind of cluttered. Little half-finished projects that I wasn't able to fully engage in. The wife, the kids, piling their garbage up out here. And so when I was ready to kind of get back at it and attack some projects, the first thing I had to do was clean this shop, because there was just no way that I could get into anything new with all of the garbage that was in the way. And it really started getting me thinking about my spiritual state at that time too, and the state of my mind, the state of my heart. Because over that period of time, I went into it with heavy prayer, just that God would really show me how to be productive, how to be useful to those around me while I wasn't able to physically do a lot of work. And I started off pretty decent. I started really getting into reading again, because I'm a reader just by nature, but I felt like I needed to read more, biblical books, even some fiction, stuff like that. And so I have this reading list, and so I attacked it and did really, really well. I read 3 times more books than I did all of last year, just within that 3-month period. Spending more time in scripture, in prayer. And it started off pretty good, man. I was feeling pretty good about the direction things were going. But as time went on, and as like the needs of my household and, the woodworking business and stuff kind of started to weigh on my soul a little bit, and not being able to actually go do my vocational job, it started to bring me down a little bit. Started to get some junk building up here in my heart. And I really started thinking of that, that correlation between that and the messiness of my shop, and realizing that, I can't move forward with these projects, with the work that I need to do with this shop in the condition that it's in. So I need to clean this out first, and then make room for something new so that I can move forward, so that I can be productive. And it occurred to me I needed to do the same here and get the junk out and make room for new good things that God wanted to do. Now that I'm on the mend, able to do a little bit more, it's time to get back to work, but it's time to stay on task spiritually as well. And I was really thinking about Psalm 32, where David is talking about his sin and kind of the effect that his sin was having on him, his unconfessed sin. And it was really making me think of this whole analogy that I'm talking about here, with just making room, clearing out the junk, getting that stuff off of your chest to the Lord. And I'll read part of Psalm 32 here for you guys. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man unto whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity, and whose spirit there is no guile. Reading from this old King James, bear with me. When I kept silence, my bones waxed old through my roaring all the day long. For day and night thy hand was heavy upon me, my moisture is turned into the drought of summer. I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. For this shall everyone that is godly pray unto thee in a time when thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters they shall not come nigh unto him. You are my hiding place. You shall preserve me from trouble. You shall compass me about with songs of deliverance. And that really, really hit my heart and my soul with this situation that I've been in, that I was storing up some baggage. Not so much, sins of commission as sins of omission. There were many, many things that I should have been doing that I was not doing. And that stuff weighs on you sometimes, man, I think even more heavily than the sins of commission, that we actually do something bad. Because the sins of omission are not always right in front of us. Like we don't realize it, we don't see it all the time. And so we let them fester. And then we start to feel guilt, we start to feel shame, we start to feel the burden and the heaviness of all of that. And we wonder why we can't move forward and progress with our relationship with Jesus Christ. And then we start to neglect spiritual things because of that. Our daily disciplines start to grow a little bit lax because we just have that heaviness on us. And as David said here, we need to bring that stuff to the Lord. And then he will forgive us. He will take those things away from us. He will lighten our load. And as I needed to do in the shop here, I needed to go to the metal recycler. I needed to go to the dump. I needed to get rid of a bunch of stuff to make room. See, it's all clean now. It's all clean and spacious and awesome. And so now I could start on some new projects. I could move forward. And it's the same thing spiritually, guys. When we clutter our spirits up with this junk, we cannot move forward. We have to get rid of it. And so I just want to encourage you guys with that today. If you're feeling beset, if you're feeling burdened, if you're feeling, weighed down by something, seek the Lord in prayer and search your heart for what might be there that you need to leave there at the foot of the cross. And that way you can move on. Accept the Lord's grace, accept his forgiveness, and accept the freedom that comes from that confession. And it's removes that barrier. It removes that barrier between us and him. He has already given us that freedom, that openness, that relationship with Jesus Christ. The only thing that can put a wall up between us and him is us. It's the things that we do. So look around at your lives, guys, and find the clutter and just get rid of it. So thanks for watching, man. I'll see you next time.